Hi, children. Welcome all of you to our second video of the second unit, Wit and Humor, segment C, the Brave Potter climax. Means we are going to conclude the story today. Hope you enjoyed my first video of the Brave Potter. So, children, you came to know how wonderfully our Potter, completely drunken, thought the tiger to be his donkey and brought home in that heavy rain and tied with that big iron chain in front of his house. And not only that, the tiger also felt by the words of the woman in the hut that the leak appeared to be a big animal than him, and he completely surrendered to the potter, thinking him to be the leak. See how wonderful it is. And this news spread like anything, as I told you, in the country. And the villagers, the very next day, they started telling how wonderful this potter was, how brave he was. They were shouting heaps of praises because much of their cattle was eaten by that big tiger, the man eater it was. And at the same time, the country was completely surrounded with the enemy in the outskirts, ready to attack the kingdom. And at the time, the king was looking for one brave person in the country who could become the general of the army. That time only, through some of the ministers and the courtiers, he came to know the story of this potter, and immediately he sent his soldiers to that village to bring the potter immediately. There we stopped, no? So the soldiers entered the small village and the small house of the potter. Potter and his wife got surprised. And immediately the messenger, means one among the soldiers, started reading, "Oh, Potter, our king is very, very happy with your bravery." This fellow was getting frightened. "Oh my God, sir, I didn't do anything, sir. Sir, please, sir, don't do anything to me." "Hey, you're a fool or what, man? You are appointed the general of the army." "What, sir? I am the general of the army. What is the joke, sir? Why you're saying like that, sir?" "What, man? This is the order from the king. How can you say that you can't? Come on." "Sir, I never carried a sword, nor had I ever ridden a horse. I don't know how to ride a horse, sir. I could not hold a sword only. How can I become a general?" "Hey, stop, man. Don't act too much humble. We know about your bravery. How can you tie a big tiger like that outside your house? Can anyone do like that?" "Sir, that was my ignorance, sir. That was, I thought the donkey, sir." "Hey, don't say all this. Okay, cock and bull stories. Come on immediately. Amma, you to come with us. Come on, come with your husband." So immediately the wife felt very happy. Well, who won't feel happy? The king himself gave such a post, means she started pouring the bravery in her husband. "Hey, come man, how long you will be like Potter? Hey, stupid woman. What do you know? Potter, I am general to the army. Did you ever see me holding a sword or riding a horse? Come on, let us go, come on." So by hook or crook, she could convince her husband, and both of them, they were before the king. The king was pleased to see him. "Welcome, my dear brave potter of the country. Welcome. So today onwards, you are not the potter, you are the general to my army." "Sir, your majesty, I think you are mistaken." Don't say anything. I have come to know you about your modesty, your humility. Okay, even though you did such brave act, you are not telling that you did it. I know everything. Okay, immediately. Come on, please give him a wonderful quarter in the court. So such a beautiful house was arranged for them. Tomorrow only you must enter the battlefield, okay? Our people, our soldiers will show you the stable and the horse which you are going to ride. Oh my God, I am finished, he thought. A really beautiful house in the palace was given to them. And that night, that fellow could not sleep. Why? Because next day morning only, he was supposed to go to the stable. Morning? Yeah, very fast it was morning. And morning, he said, Hey, you to come with me. Hey, Babu, I can't go alone. Please come. He requested his wife. Okay, okay, come on, come on. Both the wife and husband, some soldiers came and took them to the stable. Children, I think you know what a stable is. A stable is a place where the horses are kept. Isn't it? Stable is adjective, stable, but here stable is noun. Okay, a place where all the horses are kept, they are protected. That is the stable. So there he went, and there he was shown the big black horse. So the soldier said, General sir, you are going to ride this horse. What, me riding a horse? This much height it is, I am this much. How can I climb this horse? I don't know. He was trying. All of them they are looking. See how he is acting as if he didn't know anything. Ore, useless fellows, real I don't know what you are expecting about me. Sure. His wife said, why you are unnecessarily grumbling like that? They'll bring a bench. Wait. Hello, excuse me. Would you please bring the bench so that my husband would climb? Somebody brought the bench. And it was tall bench. He stood and he wanted to climb. Even then it took much difficulty. He could sit on the saddle. You know saddle? Saddle is the seat on the horse, that leather seat. Okay, he said, now the reins will be there. Reins means, you see, the rider will hold, no? Those are called the reins, reins. Saddle, saddle, the seat, leather seat. And he, by great difficulty, he sat and he was shivering like anything, isn't it? Then what happened, no? This wife tied, and the soldier also said, come on, you tie the legs of my husband, come on. He will act like that only, nothing will happen. Okay, and they tied the legs, and they said, come on, hold, sir. And somebody kicked it from behind. That's it. The horse didn't stop. And this fellow is shouting, oh, and the horse started, okay, going, oh, he's just keep on shouting like that. And he was going through the streets because he never rode a horse. And like that, it went fast into the jungle towards the enemy camp. And this fellow was sweating like anything. Nobody was coming behind him. While going, what happened? He thought of jumping from the horse, but unfortunately, his legs were tied. And with one of the hands, he was holding the horse reins, and the other hand, what happened with the right hand? He wanted to catch a tree. A young tree was there nearby. Naturally, in the jungle, many trees are there, and he wanted to catch the tree so that he would jump off the horse, he thought. But to his surprise, when he caught the tree, one of the branch of the tree got uprooted. It came into his hand. And one hand he was catching the tree, one hand the reins of the horse. And he was going, oh, he's shouting. He was going. And from the far off, the sentry in the enemy camp, sentries means one who are the watch, they are on the watch, the guards. They saw, oh my God, see that man, how he uprooted the tree with one hand and he was coming towards us. No doubt he was that same general who tied the tiger out of his house. Ore, Kamra, run away, otherwise you will be finished, he shouted. That's it. That mighty army, it started turning towards and they started running. Even the king of that particular enemy kingdom also, he wrote one letter there, and what he wrote? I am surrendering, leave us. And he left it, and that's it. That mighty army started running. Some on elephants, some on horses, some on foot, only running like that. And this fellow, he went towards that. And there, after reaching, by the time he reached the enemy camp, except the tents, nobody were there. And there, see how surprisingly the horse stopped there. And this fellow, out of his frightening and shivering, he fell down. By the time he was completely wet with sweat. Okay, though his legs were tied, he could manage to open and he fell down. He was gasping. My God, he thought. And there he found the letter written by the king. He immediately kept that letter in his pocket. That's it, he came running only. No horse, nothing. He came running all the way and he reached his palace where his wife was there. What, already you came in? War over. War over what? My am over, first of all. Stupid woman, you give this letter. Immediately run and give to our king. Go. What happened? And hey, shut up. I can't. Then soldiers immediately they came and they said, we'll take care of him, madam. You please go and give. And she ran to the king. Then the king was happily in the court waiting for the news. By the time she went, why did you come, Mama? What happened to your husband? Sir, my husband gave this letter. I don't know what is written in this. And when he saw the letter, the king, he was surprised. Oh my God, the enemy turned down. They went away. Great. Oh, kudos to your husband. Where is he? Then she said, Sir, my husband is very tired, sir. Okay, okay. Soldiers are taking care of him. Let him take rest today. Tomorrow morning, please come, both of you. Really, I'm proud of your husband, Amma. How brave he is. Oh, see, without war, the king left that letter and went away. Really, your husband is great. Like that, everybody in the court, including the majesty, they started greeting, wishing. She didn't understand what happened. She returned home. But one thing she came to know, something her husband did. So enemy went away. And she came back and told. That fellow was again amazed. He didn't understand all these things, how it happened. Next day morning. Now horse, no way. He started walking in the streets along with his wife. And all the people gathered, no, they started throwing flowers on him. And they started whispering, oh, how great humility, what a modesty, you see. Such a brave general, even though he could ride a horse, no, he left it and he is walking like a common man in the street. What a greatness, what a greatness. These words he listened. Oh, stupid woman, you thought like that. Huh? You thought like that? Oh my God, what happened to this king? What happened to this kingdom? I don't know. Arey, I don't know how to ride a horse. He thought of shouting. No, if he shout, you know what will happen. So inside he thought like that. He reached the king and king was, oh my God, he came and hugged him and he started praising him like anything. What a great brave man I have in my kingdom. Such a great man who could tie a tiger outside the house. You can see the feelings of our potter that time. He didn't understand. All the things happened without his knowledge. And people started praising him. The courtiers, oh, he is brave, sir. Our kingdom really proud of such a great potter. Hey, don't call him Potter. He is the general of the army. Without war, oh, you are really great. The enemy went away. It marched back and leaving the letter, surrender letter. How great you are. That's it. So these words he didn't understand. And any other man would ride to the palace on a horse, but you walk like an ordinary human being. How truly you are humble. What a brave man. Isn't it? Even the king also said the same point, like the people who are wishing him while he was coming with his wife on foot. So finally, children, the king rewarded the potter so well that he did not need to work again. He need not work again. Naturally, no. So such a big threat the country was facing, and because of this brave potter, no war, no bloodshed, nothing, and the country became peaceful only with one act of this potter. So the king rewarded him. He gave him such a huge money. Again, that fellow need not make a pot in his lifetime. And the country was peaceful forever. For the rest of his life, the potter never got the chance to make a pot again. Not only that, that fellow, he immediately made up his mind. I must not ride a horse again, because you know what happened. What a better experience he had. So he took a promise in that way. So he need not ride a horse. Really, he didn't ride a horse again in his lifetime, and he needn't make a single pot once again. So that is how the ordinary potter became a brave potter and saved the country. So this is the beautiful folk tale of our Andhra Pradesh, as I told you in my previous video, narrated by the storyteller was Margaret Sheik, who translated it into English. So this is our very own Telugu story. Children, I think you are amused by this story. Hope you enjoyed. So with this, we come to an end of the beautiful, entertaining, witty and humorous The Brave Potter. Signing off, A small, beautiful assignment is given to you. Please go through, Nana. I hope definitely you will do. Okay, meet you again in my next coming videos. Okay, bye.